Hey, you guys, it's Tanya, and I'm back again to talk to you a little bit about that infamous topic, purpose. It is just something that is such a hot topic today. It's critical. You have so many people just really searching to find out what that is, why they are here. And it's so important that you do realize why you were actually sent here to this earth. It wasn't just because you were here to do something. And so as I embark upon that journey to help people, whether it be through coaching or just through this, video blogs or writing or whatever it may be, it is so important that that part of our lives are in first priority order. A lot of us, our lives are miserable and disarray, and just in chaos, simply because we are not living the life that we were called to live. We're not doing the thing that we were sent here to do. And so I wanted to speak a little bit about that. Lately, I've been getting a lot of emails and people reaching out to me regarding that, saying, what can you help me discover what mine is? What questions should I be asking myself? I kind of think I know, but I'm not really sure. And so I think the easiest way for me to kind of tackle that right now is to, excuse me, take a question that, or some of the questions that have been sent to me, and maybe answer them for you, so it'll help to answer questions for those who may have the same question. And so one of the ones I got the other day was about maximizing your gifts and your talents. And the person said, how do I maximize my gifts and my talents? And the first thing I will say is this: you got to, number one, know what they are. When I have been interviewing people for companies over the years and doing career transition classes, and helping people get prepared to go back out into the workforce, etc., that would be one question that I would ask. What are you good at? What are you known for? And a lot of people cannot, for whatever reason, articulate those things. And I'm sure all of you have been asked that infamous question about your strengths and your weaknesses. And most people stumble right there. And I'm like, that's probably should be the easiest thing you can add. You know what you're good at. You know what you're not good at. And so a lot of times, that's where it starts. What are you good at? What comes natural for you? What do you do far better than anybody else? Those are your gifts and your talents. What things that just, again, comes easily for you. So you got to first, number one, know what they are. And if you're not sure about that, sit down, get a piece of paper, a pen, and reflect. And think about it. Well, when I've had to do this, or when I've had to work on a certain project, or something of that nature, what part of that did I like the most? What part did I not like the most? When I look at me, for example, I am this type of person. I'm a visionary. I can see it. I can help you put it into perspective all day. Even myself, I can see it. I can see it very easily. I can say, this needs to happen. This needs to happen. But when it comes to executing, that is not my strength. As far as like actually doing the task to bring it to, I guess, fruition, to actually make it happen, I can do it, but it's not my strong suit. I'm much better at, how do I put this? I'm much better at orchestrating. I'm much better at directing. I can tell you how it needs to be done, but as far as doing it, that's not my strength. And I'm just being honest with that. But a lot of people, try to be everything, and you got to be able to identify the areas that, I'm good at this, but not so good at that. I can do it, but I don't desire to do it. And that's where you can start to see, what areas do I fall into that, I'm at peace all day doing this. I'm in my zone. When you're in your zone. And that's when people come alive. And it's so funny because as many classes as I've done where I'm training people on how to properly interview, and a lot of times I'll get them up there and I'll ask them a question about something they did every day on their job. Tell me about this when you had to do X, Y, and Z or whatever. And they just freeze. They're like, they have such a hard time telling me. And I'm like, wait, you were at this job for 10 years? And you're having such a time to tell me, what it is you did on a day-to-day basis, instead of breaking it down into components to say, well, when I really look at it, it required this skill. This is what I was good at, and breaking it down. However, If I ask them something that's simple, everything they do, something they do every day, like a task like, tell me how to make up a bed, or tell me how to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, or something like that, they totally forget that I've just asked them a question. They just kind of just go out there and they take over and they tell me, you know, and it's like, and then I always pointed out to them, I said, now see how different that was? Because you didn't have to think about that. You just, this is something that came natural to talk about because you've embraced it and you don't put that much thought on it. But we tend to get paralyzed when we have to talk about ourselves in areas of strengths, and even weaknesses. You know, don't even get me started on that one, that question. But so you got to, number one, know what your gifts and your talents are. And not so much as you just putting something out there, back it up. How do you know that's what you're good at? You got to be able to make people know this is what I'm good at. And I know I'm good at this because, not because mama said so, and not because somebody else told me. I know I am, because you know what? I come alive when I'm doing this. There is no stopping me when I'm doing this. That is probably the best indication of helping you identify the things that you are wired to do. So having said that, that's at least to get you started. Obviously, this is a complex question, and I'll be coming back to give you more tips and things like that. But for right now, take a moment, identify your gifts and your talents, the things that you know you do unequivocally great. There is no competition when you're doing this. You know you're good at it. Identify what those things are and think about the times that you've used them. What were you doing when you used those particular strengths, those particular gifts, those talents, and then we'll go from there. So until next time, I will talk to you soon. You got some homework to do, and I will be in touch again soon. Thanks. Bye.